What is going on, Foxton? Tenacious Fox here. We're back with some more Draft League action. I am the coach of the ND Ivysaurs. Today, we actually have 3 matches to go over because it actually has been a while since I've been able to record, but I've still been playing my matches because we actually got married. So we've got married about, it's been about 2 weeks now, and these matches are within the last 3 weeks. But anyways, I decided to make it in one large video instead of 3 small ones just to kind of simplify things. But anyways, we're going to go over the first match and get really into this. The first match we have against DK Whojay and the Bloomington Bros. I believe that's Bloomington Bros. Yeah, this was a really tough matchup for us, and I felt really good about our team. Unfortunately, we had some unfortunate things happen, and I haven't rewatched this since I played, so I might be a little bit off in the play. So we're gonna start off with Togedemaru. I felt like Togedemaru was a really good lead against this team, and I really needed to bring it because this Raikou outspeeds my entire team and could just volt switch on us. And as we're gonna find out, and as he's gonna find out, he didn't realize that Togedemaru had a lightning rod. But he's finding it out right there. We do bring the lightning rod. We're going to U-turn out into Volcanion. And here we have a kind of 50-50 play. Because he could... I don't really want to get a lot of damage on our Volcanion. But he could sucker punch me here, and it's going to hurt really bad. Or he's just going to assume that he can live a shot, and he's going to go for... something that could possibly kill, but we are actually we are a Specs Volcanion, so Steam Eruption is going to absolutely just destroy this thing here, and we're gonna go for the Steam Eruption. We get the crit, and I'm gonna tell him right away that it didn't matter. Jake with the with the comment. It was just salt in the wound, because yeah, the crit did not matter. That Steam Eruption was going to kill 100% of the time, even if he was at full HP. So he goes into the Toxapex. We obviously do not want to stay in, but we know Togedemaru is one of our pivots for this thing. We can't do much to it, unfortunately. We are going to go for the Zen Headbutt, just because I don't want this thing to get... I did set up the Zen Headbutt where it could do a decent amount of damage to his Toxapex. Now we are going to switch out here into Comfey, which he is going to start setting up with this Rapidash. I don't remember what I do here, to be honest with you. I don't think I survive a hit here. He's going to go for the Max Starfall. I was really surprised that killed. Really surprised. Because my Comfey was kind of bulky. We're going to go to the Mesprit here. Okay, so he goes for the Max Flare. This is the most unfortunate part about this match, because my Mesprit is our Dynamax captain, so I can Dynamax here, and I absolutely, when I Dynamax, I would have survived a hit from this thing, and basically what I did was I clicked Dynamax and then clicked Max Airstream on it so that I could outspeed this thing the second turn, and I was basically going to go Max Airstream and then Max Knuckle, and unfortunately I hit Max Airstream, unclicked it, and then went to do some calcs just to kind of see if I could two-shot this thing. And I could, but then when I came back, I did not re-click Dynamax, which meant our Mesprit was not going to Dynamax here. Basically, turn 9, if our Mesprit Dynamaxes here, it doesn't guarantee us a victory, but it does give us a decent shot, because I felt pretty good about the rest of my squad being able to put in work, because our Volcanion just absolutely torches his team. And unfortunately, because our Mesprit went down, our Mesprit went down to this really easily, and it just wasn't good, because now we got to sacrifice our Togedemaru as well. He did offer to replay, because we were only 9, he did offer to replay it, but honestly, it was my mistake. It was what it was. We're going to come into Rillaboom here. He does, so this was actually a really good tech. Our Grass Glide would have killed had he not brought Grassy Seed. So him bringing the Grassy Seed on Rapidash was actually a super good tech. Unfortunately, it's going to mean we lose our Rillaboom as well. So that actually was a super, super good tech when we could have just gone to Volcanion and probably killed it. But basically at this point, honestly, we still maybe could have brought it back had he not brought the Grassy Seed. So that was a really, really good play on his part. Basically, my thought process in going to Rillaboom instead of Volcanion was that our Volcanion was our win con at this point. If we could knock the Rapidash out without a lot of damage, we could set up with the Dragonite at some point, and the Volcanion could do absolute work to his team with Steam Eruption. I forget what else I had. I think I had Earth Power as well, which did a ginormous amount to the Toxapex. So we're gonna go to Dragonite here. We're just gonna go ahead and Dragon Dance here, I believe. And here, I thought for sure he would have the Haze, so I just went for the Dragon Dance anyways. He does actually go for the Toxic though, so he didn't run the Haze. And then I forgot about the Grassy Train here, so I completely forgot about Grassy Train. He's gonna do some switching, kind of really dying our Dragonite down. We do get the Fire Punch off. Skarmory is just bulky as all get out. I was pretty annoyed that he stalled me here, but it is that he had no other option. We are going to come into Volcanion. He's going to go into Raikou, and then he's going to finish off our Volcanion. Basically, we needed Rillaboom to still be alive for us to be able to come back, and his tech with the Grassy Seed absolutely won him the game at the end of there. But Mesprit going down without Dynamaxing was a huge killer to us, because if we had he probably would have max protected, so we might not have gotten 2 max knuckles off, but at least one our Mesprit was physically offensive. I don't remember what set I ran, to be honest with you, but it did put in a massive amount of work to his team with +1 on speed and attack. So that really did hurt our chances to win this match. But he does pull out the victory, and unfortunately, this was another unfortunate loss. So at this point, we're 1-3. We've kind of had 2 really unfortunate losses. Obviously, the week before this, we kind of lost to Hacks. And then this one, we didn't lose to Hacks, but we did kind of miss to, I would call it a misclick. Because I didn't know that when you unclick a move, it unclicks the Dynamax. So that was something that I just honestly didn't know. But with that, we're just gonna get into the second match, because otherwise we'll take too much time on this one. So our second match is against Decker, and I believe he's the Alabama Alakazams. And he's got a really, really threatening team. So his team just completely outspeeds mine every single speed tier. I'm undersped for him at everything. And his Spectrier and his Mew just absolutely, I've got no good answers to this team. And I honestly thought he would bring Spectrier. That's really, really what I thought, and maybe a setup Mew, because I just really did not have anything that could take them out. Now, I had the Rillaboom. If I'd gone Banded Rillaboom, Grassy Glide would do a ton of damage to them, but I couldn't outright kill them without some damage, because Mew is super, super bulky. But anyways, we're just gonna get straight into the match. We're gonna lead with Rillaboom, because I did make a faster set, and I made it to where it could. I don't remember what I made this, to be honest with you. It could basically eat up hits from this Cobalion. There was nothing he could do to my Rillaboom, and I had a feeling that Cobalion would be his lead. He goes for the rocks. Kind of unfortunate. We're gonna want to get rid of those if we can, but he is gonna bring in the Rotom Fan. We're gonna Drain Punch again. This Rotom Fan was the bane of my absolute existence. This thing was so thick. I just could not break this thing. I don't remember what. Maybe I scarfed him. I don't think I did, but I am kind of playing like I am scarfed. But we are going to go into Comfey, because I want to get rid of these rocks as soon as possible. So he's going to Volt Switch. We're going to Defog here. He's going to get the Toxic Orb Flareon. He's going to Facade. So my first two sets with this Comfey were not the greatest because I put speed investment. Later on, I'm going to make a quite a bit better Comfey set. But I probably should have made a max HP, max defense set so it could survive this, because I really wanted to U-turn out here and get some momentum. But we are going to go into our Volcanion, because our Volcanion is actually Scarf here. We are actually Scarf, and I did not think he was going to stay in here. I honestly did not think he was going to stay in here. He goes for the Protect. We're going to go for the Steam Eruption. And he's actually going to switch out. I thought he stayed in. That's some really good damage. So this Mew, he basically had to make this Mew to take on my Volcanion and Hawlucha, because while I didn't really have anything for his Mew and his Spectrier, his team really did not do well against my Volcanion, and he really had to make a decently well-rounded team for my Hawlucha if it got set up. I believe we're gonna switch out here because we don't want to take a lot of damage on our guy here yet. And we're gonna actually just U-turn here. I believe we just oh no, we go for the knockoff. So we go for the knockoff, and he comes into Cobalion. Because I wanted to get rid of the leftovers, because that was going to be really annoying for us. But we are going to knock that off. And I believe we just go for the Drain Punch. Yeah, we do. I believe I ran the Rillaboom as Expert Belt. And we're going to U-turn into the Mesprit. He's going to actually Willow our Mesprit, which is unfortunate because I believe... actually, I believe we're a special set. So we're going to go for the Ice Beam. He's going to switch into Mew. We don't really want to stay in here. No, like I said, I have not seen these matches for a while. It's been like, this match has been at least 3 weeks ago, because this was before my wedding. So we are going to Dynamax. He's going to U-turn out here, go into the Flareon, and then we're going to Max Phantasm here. We do get the crit, which is really fortunate for us. And he is going to... We're going to also max Airstream. The crit did really help us there. Now we're going to outspeed most things. But the problem is this Mew. It's just so thick, man. This Mew is so thick. And basically what I made my Mesprit was a mixed offensive set. And because of the burn here, I believe that's what kept us from being able to kill this... No, I take that back. We're a special set, so that was a special attack. Fortunately, the Mew is super thick. He's going to roost up here, and unfortunately, we're not Dynamaxed anymore. So he does kind of pivot around our guy here. He's going to switch to Obstagoon, which is immune. This thing really scared me, so I just wanted to get damage off on it, because I really didn't want to switch into anything. Nothing really wanted to come in and take damage to this Obstagoon. So now we're down 4-5. And this is a long match. This was a really long match. We're going to go to Volcania. We're just going to Steam Eruption, get rid of this Obstagoon. Yeah. Unfortunately, we missed the Steam Eruption here. He goes for the Roost. That would have been really good for us. And we're going to go for it again. We go for every Steam Eruption. And we only get one burn. And you guys will see that later. He's going to U-turn out, go into Spectrier. And here I had to gamble. Because I made my Volcanion to where it could outspeed this Spectrier. But if for some reason he was a Specs, then I was really going to take a lot of damage on the return hit. He does disable me. We're going to go into Rillaboom, get up our Grassy Terrain. He's going to go for Shadow Ball, which does a crap ton here. Just does an absolute crap ton. We're going to go for the knockoff, I believe. No, we go for the Grassy Glide, which actually ends up killing the Spectrier. I believe he goes to the Rotom Fan. So the Rotom Fan is a real problem for us because it can burn us. And I'm going to go for the Grassy Glide. He does resist it, but he actually goes for the Pain Split. See, this Rotom, man, this Rotom was so tough to deal with. And basically what I'm playing for here now is to get his Mew knocked off, his Rotom Fan weak enough, and possibly take out his Cobalion so that I can just come in with Dragonite and, E-speed to win the match. But I really have to play smart here. So I knock off, get rid of the heavy duty boots. He's gonna go for the pain split again here. I have to make a pretty big play here. I'm gonna go into the Hawlucha. I believe he goes for the pain split, and then we are going to have to go for the Stone Edge here. Get a big chunk. What I should have done here, and it might have changed the game here. What I should have done, instead of going for the Stone Edge, I should have just gone straight for the Sword Stance here. Should have just gone straight for the Sword Stance. We're going to go for the Sword Stance again here. Or we're going to go for the Sword Stance now. But what mattered was, if I'd gone for Sword Stance twice. If I'd gone for Sword Stance twice, when we go for this X-Scissor, if I'd gone for that Sword Stance twice, that would have killed. That would have absolutely killed at that range. And then the Mew would have been done. The Mew would have been done. He could have come into Rotom. We could have gone for the Stone Edge again, taken it out. We had Drain Punch on it, so if you went to the Cobalion, we would have Drain Punched that. We probably would have won the game right there if I had gone for Sword Stance the first time. But what I was afraid of, was him going for Volt Switch and really just absolutely bopping my Hawlucha. But he played it well. He's going to roost up here. There's nothing we can do at this point. I believe I go for the Sword Stance here. Kind of hoping he will go for the roost again, but he actually goes for the Psychic Fangs. So we're going to have to go to Dragonite here. He's going to taunt us when we try to go for the Dragon Dance, and I don't really want to stay in here, so we're going to go back to Volcanion. He's going to Psychic Fangs, does a decent chunk. We're going to go for the Steam Eruption, and we finally get the burn on this thing. This is the first burn that we have gotten from Steam Eruption all season. This is our 5th week. The first week that we get a Steam Eruption burn. And we've already used Steam Eruption 7 times against him. Think about that, 7 times against him, and we've just now gotten the burn, which absolutely cripples his Mew, and puts us really on track to win this. So now I don't really want to stay in here. Well, actually, I guess we do stay in here. We get a low roll here. So another thing that we could have KO'd this thing. We could have gotten rid of this Mew and won the game. But we get a low roll. He's going to roost. And I believe at this point, I do actually believe I switch out here. Yeah, we go to Rillaboom. We go to Rilla. And I'm going to go for the knockoff again here. I am absolutely going to go for the knockoff again. And I know the Cobalion's coming on in, but I wanted to get rid of... I absolutely needed to get rid of the leftovers. And also knockoff was just going to do a massive amount to his Mew. But now this thing is a +1, but it is a defensive Cobalion, so he didn't really make it to where it could really hurt my Rillaboom. But we are going to go for the Drain Punch, get rid of the Cobalion, and then he's going to come into Rotom. And here, oh damn it, here I had a really big decision to make. A humongous decision to make. I knew I could win the game at this point. Whether he went for the Pain Split here, if he went for the Pain Split here on my Rillaboom because it was 85%, then this thing was going to be back up to pretty good health. And if he did that, then there was going to be very little that I could do to this Rotom. Very little. So I had to bank on him going for the Pain Split here. When we would take the rocks damage with our Volcanion, he was going to go for the Pain Split and then just basically get no health. And then I could Steam Eruption. Actually, no, I couldn't Steam Eruption. I basically could Flamethrower and basically win the game from there. And unfortunately, he goes for the Volt Switch. Which makes this a lot more spoopy. So basically what we have to do here is go into Rillaboom, and we got to knock this thing off. We have to knock this thing off, absolutely. Got to get rid of the leftovers. And I believe we U-turn here. We're going to U-turn. I believe we're going to U-turn here and go into our Dragonite. And at this point, we win the game. Our Dragonite's got... it's got 2 ways to win this. It's got 2 ways. So I wasn't sure, because this Mew was so thick, I wasn't sure if our... E-Speed would KO at this range, but I knew if we Dragon Danced, we would absolutely kill it without Outrage. So I'm going to go for the Dragon Dance first. And he's going to lose some HP to burn, which actually really mattered. Which means when we go, he's going to lose damage twice. So basically means he's at 17%. we're going to go for the E-Speed and take out the Mew. And then he's going to come into this Rotom fan and E-Speed again, and we take him out. We do win the game. And really, 42 turns. It was a long match. It was a very exciting match for us because we finally got back into the win column against a really, really good team. I think he was 3-1 at that point. So we put him in to 3-2. Little unfortunate because if we had gone for the Swords Dance at the one point that I was talking about, we probably would have KO'd the Mew early and been able to sweep with Hawlucha. We also got a little I think it was a little unlucky with no, I think that's it. I think that's the only play that we misplayed where we could have probably won the game earlier. But anyways, on to the final match, because again, this is gonna be a longer video. The final match is going to be against brycekrispie and the Logan Launchers, and I'm gonna get a drink before we go into this one. Okay, so this is another match where our speed tiers aren't the greatest. He's got the Lycanroc, which is his Dynamax captain. That can be really, really scary. And then he had, I don't think he brought it. I don't remember what else he had that was really, really scary to my team. I think it was Zygarde. Zygarde, if he had banded Zygarde, the 1,000 arrows, we did do some math on it, but 1,000 arrows did a lot of damage to most of my team. With the exception of Rillaboom, which is still, abandoned 1,000 arrows would have still done like 40% to Rillaboom, which was really scary to my team. Really, really scary. Because I didn't really have a direct answer for it. So I had to make our Comfey super, super defensive and our Bronzong super, super defensive. Because those were going to be our defensive pivots for this match. But anyways, we're going to get straight into this. We are going to lead with the Rillaboom again. I felt like this was our best shot. I believe he's going to go for the fake out here. We're going to just switch straight into the Comfey. Because I knew this thing was Prankster. And at this point, well, I didn't know it was Prankster. I kind of forgot it was Prankster. But I knew that it was going to outspeed me. And I wasn't sure what it wanted to do. But he is going to go for the fake out. Honestly, we're just going to go for the U-turn here because I know he's not staying in. Which is a really good play. Because that means we go to Volcanion. And we're going to go for a Flamethrower here. He's going to come into Liepard. He actually ended up sashing this, which was really good play on his part. And then he's going to go for the Thunder Wave. And he goes for this Thunder Wave. And if he cripples our Volcanion, he is going to have a much, much better time handling this Volcanion. Because we are Scarfed. And we're Scarfed and we're set to outspeed every single one of his Mons. Because Volcanion just did work against his team. But unfortunately, he misses. 90% and he misses. That really, really hurt his chances in this match. Now, to be fair, I don't think this. I don't think if he had Thunder Wave me, I would have been completely done. Because this Volcanion still does work to his team, even if it's not fast. It just really, really did want to be fast against his team. So missing the Thunder Wave hurt him a lot more than it hurt me. We had options in the back that could have definitely filled the same role that Volcanion had in this one. So really unfortunate for him. It's really going to put him on the back foot, and he's going to have to play basically perfectly at this point. If not, he just doesn't have much chance to take out our Volcanion. We are going to pivot into Comfey, because Comfey put in absolute work in this match. Absolute work. We are going to go for the Giga Drain, I believe. And get some life back, because I don't really want to switch out because I'm faster than him. I really don't want to take any damage on anything else, and I know he can't do anything to Comfey, so I'm just going to stay in and Giga Drain. Now he's going to go for the Hurricane. We're actually going to U-turn out because we can get the slow turn, and then we come right back into Volcanion and go for a Steam Eruption. Now I figured he would go into KMX his Blastoise. That was pretty obvious, so I could have gone for the Sludge Wave here and put a lot more damage on it, but it was too risky. If he went to something else, if he wanted to play cute and went to like the Scizor for some reason, and then I was locked into Sludge Wave, it would have been really, really bad for us. So we go for the Steam Eruption. We do about 33%. I'm not sure what the damage is here. I maybe could have killed, but I knew it was going to be rolled. So let's just go into the Bronzong. He's going to go for the Shell Smash, which I kind of expected. I definitely did expect. And he's going to go for the Ice Beam, but he's got nothing. He has literally nothing that he can touch our Bronzong with here, which is good for us. We're just going to put up the Stealth Rocks, and I'm going to put up the a Reflect as well. I actually go for the Toxic. He's going to switch into Scizor. That way I can't Toxic him. But again, I'm not worried about this Scizor. I'm really not. So we're going to go for the Reflect. He's going to go into Inferno, his Charizard, probably because that's his best option to take care of this Bronzong. And then I believe we're going to switch out into Volcanion again. And he's going to go for Defog. And we are just going to go for another Steam Eruption where he has to sacrifice his Charizard and then go into Blastoise. Here, he definitely expected me to possibly go into Rillaboom. Even though our switches beforehand was Bronzong and Comfey, he did say that there was no reason for him not to go for the well, actually he went for the Earthquake. He went for the Earthquake, so I'm not sure, because if I'd gone Bronzong, he would have done no damage to me. We are just going to Giga Drain, get some health back, and he just can't do anything to this Comfey. He really had very little for this Comfey. We are going to go for the Draining Kiss because it gives us a little bit extra HP. It does less damage to it, but it actually gives us a higher percentage of HP back. So then he's going to go into the Scizor. I'm ready to lose this thing. So this was a really big play for us. I think he maybe should have gone for the U-turn instead, just to put some damage on me. But I'm okay with losing my Comfey because it's done. It's absolutely done its work here. So we're just going to go for the Giga Drain, get some HP, put some damage on something. But he ends up switching into Lycanroc, which means we put some unnecessary damage onto his Lycanroc. We're going to Giga Drain again. This time I believe he's just going to take our... I'm sorry. We did something completely different. So at this point, because our Comfey had gotten the Giga Drain off on the Lycanroc and gotten basically back to full health, I decided to switch into Bronzong. He's going to go for the Bullet Punch, put some damage on us, and then I believe he U-turns out here to KO us. It actually goes for the knockout. So he KOs our Bronzong, and then we're just going to go straight into Volcanion again, and he's going to go for the Bullet Punch, but we're going to go for the Flamethrower. And then he's going to go into Lycanroc here. And because our Comfey is now at 73%, we can switch straight into it. It's going to live any one hit from this thing. He's going to go for the Max Rockfall. It's going to do about, what, 37%? So that means we might live 2 hits here. So I'm going to go for the Giga Drain, get some health back. He's going to go for another Max Rockfall. We are going to live another hit and put more damage onto this Lycanroc. I'm going to go for the Giga Drain, get the health back, and then he is going to take us out. And at this point, I can win it with 2 different mods. I can come in with Rillaboom, because I believe our Rillaboom was Life Orb. So we were Life Orb Rillaboom, or I can come in with Volcanion. Because Volcanion has done so much work in this match, and I know he's got Excel Rock, but we can live an attack from Excel Rock. We're going to come in, we're going to go for the Steam Eruption, take out the best boy, and then he's going to come in with Claydol, and we're going to take that out with the Steam Eruption as well. So Volcanion gets the 2-mon sweep and just put in absolute work. I think that was what, two KOs. It got the KO on... I don't know how many KOs Volcanion got in this one, but it got a lot. It got a lot in the last 2 weeks. So it got a lot against Decker, and then it got a lot against him as well. So it got the KO on the Liepard, and it got the KO on... it KO'd everything except for the Blastoise. So it got 5 KOs in this match. So super good work. And we got ourselves back to 3-3. A little unfortunate that we're not that we don't have a better record, but we also have gotten a little lucky at times. That has kind of helped our record. So it kind of has evened out. But anyways, that is going to be all for this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry that it was such a long one, but I did want to get all these matches out to you guys. But anyways, as always, Fox out.